All right, banks refusing to do business with conservative customers. That is the fight in Tennessee tonight. The Republican-led state legislature proposing a bill that will prevent banks from shutting down accounts or refusing to do business with people just because they happen to be conservative. I can't believe we actually need legislation for this, but we do. It is the fight against the tremendous power of left-wing cancel culture in this country, a Marxist political tactic that is used by the left in this country, which has brought the private sector to its knees. You see how much they pander to left-wing ideology. It's really despicable in a capitalist nation, but that's what we have. What's known as debanking is personal to James Stockey, the CEO of Your American Flag Store. And James joins us now, and it's good to see you again, sir. Thanks for coming back on. I want you to explain this to our audience, what it's like to be in a position like yours. You have a conservative company. Tell us exactly how they target you and tell us why.
Well, I wish I knew exactly why, but I think that we can tell with the flags that they cancel and some of their tone that they take when you call in to get some help to resolve any issues that you have. My belief is that they just don't like patriotic companies that are American first and really stand with Trump. That's really what I think that it is. They held our money for 10.5 months. We had to get the Center for American Liberty involved to help us get our money back. It was.
Explain that. Explain held your money. What do you mean by that?
Well, we had about $80,000, $85,000 in our PayPal account that we needed there, so that if customers had a return, they could get a return. That's just our working capital.
Yeah.
Then we actually came on your show, and that went up to a little bit higher, about up to $120,000. At that point, PayPal just froze the account. They just held every single cent that we had, and said that they would hold it until we fulfilled all of the flags that were on order, which mean that we had to build the flags, we had to pay the labor to make the flags, we had to ship the flags out with zero money. And they said they would let us know in 6 months after we did all that if they would give us our money back. And that was the key. We didn't know what was happening. As it turns out, we did that, and they did not give us our money back until 10.5 months later. And then at the end, when they had $10,000 left, Rob, they ended up telling me that, hey, we'll give you back your last $10,000 if you sign a non-disclosure agreement. So they literally tried to bribe me with my own money.
That is such an insane allegation. The behavior that you're explaining here, I can't even fathom. And who is it that you're dealing with that does this to you? I mean, are these small-time actors, or are they higher ups?
Well, who knows? I mean, I think that it probably got triggered by some kind of algorithm, perhaps. But when we called to try to remedy the situation, we were told by their representative, his name was Scotty. My wife was dealing with him at the time. I come into the room to find out what's going on, and she's in tears. And come to find out, Scotty is telling us that we had a shady business model. We asked, why are you holding the money? He said, you have a shady business model, and we think that you're going to be going out of business soon. And of course, my response was, if you're holding that kind of money for that kind of time, of course we're going out of business. You're guaranteeing it.
That's crazy. That really is crazy. And it doesn't surprise me. I mean, the hatred that they have for these types of businesses, we see, especially tech companies, PayPal. I mean, the people that work in them, it does make sense. It does line up. Just tell us about your product for a second and how we can get them.
Well, we make handcrafted American flags. They're made here in Tennessee from start to finish. The artwork can be done by hand by my wife. We also can have it printed on the flag, but we are the only company in the country that make 100% handcrafted, where the artwork can be done by hand and brush. Rob, every single purchase we need to stay in business. This allows us to stay in this legislative fight. Without those purchases, we won't be able to stay in business, and we won't be able to continue this fight, so other families would not have to endure what we've had to endure. We get this legislation. This legislation will protect those other families. So every single purchase is a blessing, and we need them.
Amen to that. James Stockey, thank you so much for your time and for the fight. We appreciate it, sir.
Thanks, Rob.
All right.